Hi, I'm TJ from Sound Away with T&K, and it's their edition of Cooking Time. Today we're going to make an Italian beef sandwich in the crock pot. Just to show you what our ingredients are, we have 2 onions I've already cut. We have our main ingredient, which is going to be our chuck roast. Beef.
How big is this?
This is a pretty much 2.5 pound chuck roast.
Okay.
We have 1 box of beef broth, 1 beef bouillon cube, a stick of butter, pepperoncini peppers, and we also, now normally this dish calls for a packet of Italian dry dressing. Couldn't find it, so we're going with ranch. We've used it before. It works out fine. So and also we have to have the crock pot, because this is a crock pot meal. This meal is going to take about 10 hours on the crock pot. So what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to make everything for the crock pot. So when I leave for work in the morning, I'm going to turn it on low, and it's going to work its magic all day. So first thing we're going to do, we have our chopped onions. We're going to pour this in the bottom of the crock pot. The next thing is we're going to have to sear. We're just going to have to sear this chuck roast. Maybe the reason why I'll sear it, I want to get a little crust because that adds flavor. So we're going to open this bad boy up. While our pan gets all nice and hot over there. And we're not doing long over here, we're doing like 15 seconds each side. Just enough to get a little crust.
Just put that on the plate.
But before you lay it on there, we are going to season just so. It's a simple seasoning. We're going to do some freshly.
What is that?
It's just regular old salt. Do mean it literally because it's going to come off as you cook, especially when you make a crust. And just some freshly ground pepper. You can use regular pepper. I just prefer this because I have it. I like doing it. But it makes me feel like a professional chef. So we got that. Just going to wait for that to get hot. And like I said, this is easy.
You don't put oil or anything?
Not going to do anything like that. We're not adding anything extra. We just want pan. Because we're not trying to cook this thing in here. We're just trying to get a sear on the outside. But it's just add little flavor definition. So it feels pretty hot. Then we're going to take this down, pick it up, like so. And the first thing we do when we lay it down, we're going to hit it with more salt on the other side, because you always season both sides of your meat. That's one thing I hate, is getting a piece of meat at a restaurant that's only seasoned on one side. That's laziness. First pepper. So we're just going to let this chill for a second. Now I'm using a non-stick pan, so I'm going to use 2 things. I'm going to use the spatula to kind of pick it up. Use my tongs to grab it and flip it over so I have an easy flip. So move this over here.
Where did our sous chef go?
He is, I think he's in the outhouse.
Oh,
okay. Let's see, like I said, we're not looking to cook her. That's all I'm looking for right there. I'm just looking for a little sear on the outside. Nothing fancy, just get a little bit of a flavor profile. Again, we're going to wait. Now, this is pretty much, outside doing this part, all we're going to be doing is dumping stuff in after this. Make it real simple. It's like I said, this is going to take, we're going to do this whole episode outside of tomorrow's part, should be the finish in one shot. So,
do you have to do the sear? Like if somebody doesn't have time?
You don't have to. I just like doing it because I like the flavor profile it's going to bring. If you don't have time to do it, you just got to throw this on at night, it's okay. I just always, whenever I cook, anything like pork chops, anything I'm doing in the crock pot, if I got a chance to get a little more flavor definition, I'm going to do this. This is done. So we're going to turn off the fire. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to do what we just did, which is we're going to lift, pick up, and we're just going to lay it on top of our onions. And look at that beautiful sear right there. Okay, we put my little utensils up, and this is what you do from here. First thing, your pepperoncinis.
That whole jar?
Whole jar.
How many, like what size is that jar?
It's 16 fluid. Now this is gonna be your regular date.
Juice too?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump about half the juice out. That's what I like, because I'm not a huge vinegar fan. But the good thing about this sitting overnight is that, like I said, it's good. I'm gonna need a spoon. Last time this just came right out. Thank you. Thank you.
There's sous chef.
Yep. I'm just gonna spread that out all over it.
These, I'm not a big pepper or onion fan, but really the onions and these little peppers like shrivel up to nothing.
They shrivel up to nothing, and
so don't worry about that.
yeah, and the biggest thing, like I did, was a lot of people make this and they use all the juice. Like I said, I'm not a huge vinegar fan, but everything does cook down. So next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your beef bouillon cube, and we're just gonna break it down.
1 cube.
1 cube. We're gonna break it down, just kind of
dust.
Kind of dust it all over. You could just throw it in if you want. I like to break it down a little bit. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take our ranch dressing. Like I said, normally I would use Italian dressing, but using Hidden Valley Ranch spicy. And we're just gonna pour that right on top. The next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna get this out of the way.
Yeah, it's radiating heat.
Yeah. Next thing is gonna be our beef broth. Just regular beef broth. This is a 32 ounce container. Basically, normally what your smaller container would be. And if you want to use chicken broth or anything like that, you can use that too. It's what we like using here. So we're just gonna pour the whole container.
You got somebody excited down there.
Oh, I know.
What you smell?
All right, we got all our beef broth. Now, I know I didn't move around the ranch seasoning, but it's gonna cook down with this. Now, the final piece is a whole stick of butter. Paul D would approve of this because, you know, all her dishes have to have butter or sugar. So we're going with the whole stick, and you just want to put this right on top. Boom. Until you're ready to cook, you're done now.
So it's nighttime.
Yes.
So what are you about to do with this?
Well, I'm gonna put this in the fridge. I'm gonna open this up. Of course, most crock pots you can take out the container. Oh, you locked it.
I thought.
It's okay.
I don't know. I thought the
It's
hooks
okay.
were on the thing.
And we're just gonna set this right here. Now, a couple things when you cook this tomorrow you might want to do. You pretty much eat two ways. You eat either sandwiches or rice. Right now, what I got, we're in Louisiana, so we actually got po' boy bread. So you got po' boy bread. I'm gonna show you tomorrow how I build my sandwiches. Pretty much mayo, mustard. I got a little Gouda cheese I would do. Of course, any cheese you want. If you don't want to do this, if you don't want to eat it like this or don't have any bread available, just serve it over rice. It's perfect with that too. So.
Rice, mashed potato. It's gonna make a gravy. So any rice or mashed potatoes, if you want to do it with vegetables.
Yeah. I would say when we do it tomorrow, it's gonna look very, very runny. So I'd recommend like take about a cup of the gravy off. You can leave it as reserve, but that way it's gonna be easier to grab things in there. So I will see you tomorrow when it's done.
So okay, let's recap real quick.
Okay.
So in the morning when you get up before work,
right?
What are you gonna do? You're gonna put it in here.
Put it on here. I'm gonna set it on low, and it's done.
And probably how long will it cook?
It's gonna cook. I leave here around 6:30. I'll get home around 5:30, so it's gonna cook around 11 hours. So I mean, you can't really overcook this because the more it cooks, the better it's gonna get. The more tender the meat's gonna be. Yes, sous chef, I will clean up my mess when I'm done, please.
He wants a piece.
No, it's not even there yet, done, bro. It's not even near done. Gotta wait till tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be about 11 hours. It's gonna be the cook time till I get home. Probably almost 12 because I get home at 5:30, 5:45, almost 6. Get home, shower, all that fun stuff. So I will see you tomorrow afternoon.
All right.
Bye. Hey guys, and we're back. This has been cooking for 12 hours. We started at 6 a.m. at 6:01. So let's open her up. Oh, look at that. And watch this as I go in. Fork tender, just break it apart exactly how you want to. See? Just exactly what I want. You see everything is, the onions are pretty much caramelized in here. So is the peppers. There's not a strong vinegar smell. And like I said, this you can serve on top of rice. You can make hoagie bread, which we're about to do. Mashed potatoes, cornbread, whatever you want. Yes, sous chef. Hey guys, it's TJ from Sandwhiches TK. I know the video just stopped. Don't know what just happened with it. I caught it when I was video editing. Just so everything came out good. I did show it on the sandwich. Sadly, the camera, I don't know what happened with that memory card or whatever. So just to tell you, it was very good. Eventually, when I cook it again, I'll have to take a picture, put it on our Facebook page, of course, facebook.com/SandwhichesTK. Just want to tell you that real quick and tell you that's why the video just abruptly ends. Bye.